All right, so I've said before that basically the videos are what I'm doing every day, and what I'm doing today is cleaning more brush and trying to reclaim some areas of this place that have gotten away from me, specifically the chicken area, because I would like to acquire some more chickens. So that's what I'm working on, and I'll take you along on this adventure for a little bit, even though it's not that impressive. But yeah, it's a monumental task. See, there's where we sawed limbs off of in that pole saw video. We need to get them drug off that roof. However, you can see that we've got more issues. Yes, exactly, Jack. Exactly what I'm thinking about this project. So whenever he's done, I guess I'll bring you back and we'll get started on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we got a lot of stuff to clean here. See, this is that, I don't even know what it's actually called. It's the vine of Satan. I hate this stuff with a passion. My grandmother brought it in here because she said there was a tree that had a hole in it, and she didn't like looking at the hole in the tree. So she went to the nursery that she worked at and said, don't you have some kind of vine that would climb up and cover that hole? And they said, yeah, but you don't want it. And she said, yes, I do. And they said, no, you don't, because it takes over. Well, she brought it anyway, and this is what I'm blessed with. This stuff grows on every surface imaginable. And you clean it all up, and you pull it up by the root, and you think you got something, and it comes back twice as much. You spray it with spray, and it just like shivers, and then gets mad, and then it spreads twice as much. So it's really frustrating, because if you leave any area unattended for just a little bit, it becomes full of this vine. And this is like, it's all over the ground. It usually starts around trees and climbs. However, in this pen, it has really taken to this chicken fence and just started in on it. There's the main, one of the main trunks there of it. So we're gonna have to find a place where we could get to it at the ground level perhaps and saw it out. But that's tricky too, because like I said, it grows in a fence and then you can't get your saw to it. So you got to do a lot of hand pulling before you can ever get to any sort of power going awayness. You know, I could bring in a push mower or something and mow this off and get most of the leaves chopped up, but I'd still have to go around and pull the vines out by the root, because they just will not, you know, if this was full of chickens, they would keep it cleaned up. So that's another reason for maybe getting some chickens, is just for some help with the lawn care maintenance thing, because they would have this not this way. So yeah, I mean, it has grown over the fence, it's growing up the roof, and it's just unbelievable. And everybody wants to see my garden tractors. Well, behind this fence are the garden tractors under this shed, just sleeping. You know, I haven't had them out in several years because we just didn't have any free time. They're up on pallets, most all of them. But anyway, right back in there is that McLean that we're going to put that Maytag on. So we need to get it excavated, you know, at some point. 6-horse Fairbanks gas engine back in there. I haven't had out in several years, and all kinds of garden tractors. So I want to get this cleaned up. Like I said, I want to get back into having stuff. Chickens, turkeys, I had ducks, I had it all. And then what kind of stopped me, and I kind of took a break, not just grandma's health and dealing with that all the time, but I had a neighbor's dog come one time and killed a whole bunch of stuff. And it was like thousands of dollars worth of ducks and turkeys, and I had some peacocks. That was gone. It was just frustrating, and nobody really reimbursed me for it. So I kind of just gave up then at that point for a few years, and I'm just now to the point where I'd like to have some of that stuff again. Of course, after it's all gotten way out of control. So I'm going to attempt to pull most of this off, and then we'll probably saw some of it. This is not really my usual content. This is more of like homesteading stuff, but so be it. That's part of what I'm doing every day. Yeah, I mean, it just, you look at it and it's hard to even get yourself started because it's just so much. But it is rewarding when you're done to see what you've done, accomplished, so. Sure. Oh, I hate this stuff so much. So another thing about this evil vine of sadness, it's got all these little thingamajigs, which they were in the air, so these have dried up, but that's what it uses to suck itself onto whatever surface it grows upon. On trees, it's really bad because it basically becomes one with the tree. You can't, what you got to do, I found, to kill it on a tree is saw it at one place, then jump up and saw it 6 inches, bust that piece out, and then once it dies, you can take your chainsaw and just saw behind it and cut it all off and peel it off, and your tree is pretty good when you're done. But it just becomes, it's so much, it just is so invasive. This stuff shouldn't even be allowed to exist. Come on. I feel like I'm wearing it now too, like it's... Oh, I guess that's getting into the main. I'm gonna probably have to saw on that to get it pulled loose. I mean, it's like a tree trunk. It just, it's crazy. Let's dull our saw chain and hit a fence post. That does. You got to be gentle when you're sawing around fence. That is a lot of stuff. Come on. That's crazy. that's still attached. No. Just didn't have the right end of it. Well, I can see a building again, so that's progress, right? That's still attached, isn't it? Okay. So, I'm going to have to crawl around there somehow and see about sawing up some of that stuff from the other side. And you know what I'm saying. See, this is another salvage building. We moved here, and then I built a lean-to on it to put this little stuff in. So, totally built out of recycled materials. And that's the way a lot of this stuff is. So, sure. But I'm going to go around to the backside with a saw and cut this branch off and some of these others. And then maybe we can get that pulled out of here. And we can make some progress that way. And sure. Yeah, there's just no, no right way to do this other than just dive in and go. Oh, so that was fun, wasn't it? Now we've got lots more to clean up, see? But it has to be done. Because I'm sick of this. Come on. See, now it's going to play a game of not let us get it out of here. Get that one in there. Yeah. It's just going to fight us the whole way. You're going to knock me out. second. All right, we got that cleared away, so we're making definite progress. Looks a lot better. However, I'm about wore out, so I think we're going to end today, but we're going to end it with a nice blow job. We're going to clean this roof off, and then we will come back another time and keep sawing away at the trees, getting rid of all that, and just, you know, cleaning up, weeding, that kind of thing. I got plenty of piles of brush to get out of the way, and I found that it's better to finally just start carrying that away before you keep sawing, because otherwise you'll end up with a mountain of stuff and run out of motivation. So I'm hoping that the old DeWalt leaf blower here will do the job, and it seems to be. Some of that's still kind of wet, so probably a good rain will be what it takes to finish her off. Switch hands. I don't remember what we recycled this roof off of, but it ain't that great, is it? It's actually double layered in a lot of places, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Salvage materials, you know. Get off of there, you. Come on. This is another awesome tool if you have a yard and need, you know, blowing. I've been very happy with this one. They make several different styles, but this one is pretty good. Uh-oh, that was dumb. Just about lost the Sure. I think I'm going to call that there. It needs to get rained on again, and that'll help wash some of that off of there. Accumulation that has been stuck to it for several years now. Also, the sun being able to get to it now again will dry some of that off and get it out of there. So we're making progress, see? And that's the way it has to be. I'm just gonna plug away at these little projects like this a little every night maybe. And then I can, you know, make some progress, because my goal, like I said, was I'd kind of like to have some chickens again, and I need to get this all fixed up good enough for them to survive. So if I order them now, it'll be like the middle of May when they show up. So as long as I have the place for them ready to start, I can keep them in there and do that. And then as they get bigger, we can keep making sure everything's ready to roll. But yeah, it's not rocket science. We'll get it done somehow. So I guess this is not that interesting, but yeah, it's like the stuff I'm doing every day. Stuff you do on a farm, just maintaining things, cleaning up stuff and fixing your neglect after getting sidetracked along life's way. So I think we'll call this here, and we'll catch you in the next one. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.